Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Formula Trout League. We are here at the Red Bull Ring, right at the end of qualifying. We've got it very close to starting the stream today. I am Alex Cochran, joined by Oscar and Angel. Hello, you two.
Hello. Good evening, Mr. Cochran.
Thank you. Yes, you join us just at the end of qualifying. We have quite a few new drivers here today. We have Jack Olivier, I believe it is, on pole here. Starting the first race in P1 here at the Red Bull Ring. There'll be 2 rounds here tonight. It's the usual sprint series format, what you saw in last season in Season 6. However, the races are now 25 minutes instead of the 20 minutes of last season. Still no pit stops. You're still not allowed to refuel, so they still have to make it to the end, but just that extra 5 minutes will be an extra challenge on the tyre life for these guys in the Dallara F317 cars. Just to provide a little background to why the stream has started so late, we've had a few issues with the server. Seemingly some people were unable to join, but it should be ready to go now. We're just in the wait time after qualifying. You can see Cody Lawrence is on the front row alongside Olivier. You got Clank Hughes, second row, P3, Steve Stevenson in P4, Jack Smith returning after a few seasons out in P5 for my team, DAC Racing, which is happy to see. We have one of the Rodocchia, Roberto Rodocchia, and the Stella Alnak in P6. Johan Karolczak, that's not how you pronounce your name, apologies. But we'll just go with Johan. Yeah, in P7, another new driver, so that's good to see. Martin Vantelan for Infoward, P8. Anthony Barrow in yeah, we'll work through this together. Apologies to new drivers. I've not asked you how to pronounce your names, and I'm not very good at pronouncing anything because I'm pretty ignorant English speaker only. P9 anyway for him. Jaap Wagenvoort in P10 for Infoward, returning from last season. Dave Southwood in P11, usually in the Premier Series, but good to see him here in the Sprint Series. Obviously, it's been a long time since we've had the Premier Series going on, so we'll see what he can do here today. P12 for Maxi Younger, a bit disappointing for him down in P12, but I'm sure he'll make it up in the race. Antoine Bunn in P13. Hellas Panos, another familiar name from Premier Series many seasons back. Good to see him back here as well. P14 for him. Simon Wagenvoort in P15, good qualifying for him, ahead of Thomas Barbary in P16. Very disappointing for the Frenchman there. Tim Draper P17, Leslie Peters P18, Marco Rodocchia in P19, and Pozgai,
I'm going to guess as well.
Pozgai in P20. We have a very, very full grid here. We did have 30 cars on the entry list. We seem to have 26 on the grid here. So Bent Steek in P21, Matija Strizik in P22, Daniel Estevez in P23, Ken Hado P24, Jose Ibarra in P25, and Mikhail Markowski in P26, rounding out the field here today at the Red Bull Ring.
Big grid with a lot of new faces, so should be exciting. Times are 2 seconds off what they were doing in S-Track. I don't know whether that's a temperature thing, so the time management's going to be even harder, especially with 25 minutes. I mean, in a 20-minute race, you probably have to save or drive on bad tyres for maybe 3-4 laps at the end, so it's going to be a bit more than 25 minutes. Let's see.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see that because, last season people were struggling at the end of the race on those tyres, so we got that extra 5 minutes now. That's just, an extra 5 minutes of struggling. It really might spice the results up, but the lights start to come on now. The 6 that we have in AC that we always like to say. Drivers on the grid ready to go for round 1 here at the Red Bull Ring. And away they go. The younger car on the inside tucks in straight behind Olivier on pole position. Good start for him. Full grid to get through turn 1 here at Austria. Tricky at the best of times, but they mostly seem to be getting through unscathed. There's a DAC car off in the background there, but Jack Olivier holds onto P1. Lawrence still in P2 after turn 1 as they climb the hill up to turn 3. 3 wide in the background there.
think that's the impact of Dak and a.
Oh, it's
what's
car
the one?
spinning in the
Oh.
background, but it seems to be the right way again. One of the solo drivers stuck in the background there in the barrier, but the top 10 almost is basically unchanged. We see, I think that is one of our new drivers. I'm not sure who it is, but one of the new teams for sure going up the inside of one of the Stella Alnak cars with the Infoward car looking in the background to make a move, unable to do so. Oop. We see Radocchia there in P4 holding on to that position. We see Stevenson as well getting pushed a little bit wide, gets away with it, but there's the field going through okay. Still battling here as they go through the last corner. Smith running wide in the background. P7 for him. Oh, and that's...
Ooh.
Ah, it's Johan, isn't it? That's the one. Goes wide through the last corner. We see a few more cars going wide. That's looks like Radocchia or Wagenvort, and a few of these solo drivers there, or the drivers I don't seem to have the skin for, losing positions as well, running wide.
The livery's right.
They are not. The liveries are a bit all over the place due to the aforementioned server issues, but it's good to see the race going on nonetheless. Jacques Olivier in P1 still, Cody Lawrence chasing behind, Clank Hughes as well for Infoward. The top three, we see Johan there running wide again, losing a position. I think that was to Wagenvort, but we see I think Stevenson is incorrectly in the Infoward livery as he goes up the inside of the Stella Alnak of Radocchia. Can Smith make a move as well? He follows through, but he got away with it. Got positions changing at the front, but I think that is just the timing screen coming up with an error, because I don't think Olivier made a mistake. Oh, and look at this in the middle of the high-speed left-handers, too wide, back and forwards. The two JGP cars, the Impact Blue as well. That is Thomas Barbary alongside. I think it's Antoine Bunn in the wrong livery, perhaps.
It is, yep.
It is. So we'll try bear. Wait, there's a car running very wide in the background. That
Impact Blue car. Oh yeah, look at that little train coming down the main straight.
Feel like this might get messy. Side by side once again as they go through turn one. Impact Blue car on the inside. One of the reserves running wide. We don't want to be watching Johan here. We want to be looking further back. Yeah, so Antoine Bunn in the JGP car, the number 4 JGP car, just to confuse things.
Two lanes, too wide.
Barbieri's about to make a pass on Barrow. In the straight.
Oh, and we've got who's that
that's
spinning?
Another JPG.
That is. I don't know who that is. It could be Maxi. It probably isn't. But we see there that is Barbary looking to make a move on. That is Anthony Barrow, unable to do so this time round. We heard before the race here, Barbary was really complaining about rear tyre temperatures, not able to get them cool. Maybe an issue with the setup or something more sinister, but yeah, he was really complaining in qualifying. He was around 2 seconds off his practice time, so some issue for Barbary there. We'll see how he manages to improve. P12 at the moment, who has recovered after qualifying a little bit, but he's still outside the point. He's going to want that top 10 to get the reverse grid. Yeah, they're still running neat and tight together.
Staying within about 5, 6, 7, 8 tenths of each other. This would be Cody Lawrence doing a good job not letting Olivier, who I don't know anything about, just run away with it.
No, yeah, it's a new driver to Formula Trout League. Like we said, great to see a new driver here, you know, especially a fast one. We're kind of in the dying stage of Assetto Corsa. It's been a sim for, I think, 12 years at this point, really, since early access. So an AC2 is on the horizon, but to see, you know, a driver of this caliber jumping into Formula Trout League, racing with the top guys straight away, it's good to see. And as you say, Lawrence is keeping him honest, but 1.1 second gap. He's going to want to bring that down. You've got 20 minutes to go, so still a long way yet. But,
yeah, it's a new driver and a new team, Macro Racing.
And I mean, I've watched Cody look a couple of laps yesterday, and one thing about Cody I would say is he's super consistent. So I don't think he's going to make a mistake. And actually, Blank as well being super quick this season, really impressive.
Yeah, always good to see Clank as well, you know, regular of Formula Trout League. Maybe not being as active recently as he has been in the past, but Sprint Series always seems to get some of the more veteran drivers back out the woodwork. Racing again, we got Smith here. Oscar, you're here commentating. Pity you're not on track as well, but we had you last season at least.
Yeah, no, it's nice to see Jack back. Jack's a long time teammate of mine with Berman. Really quick guy. So P5 so far, it's not bad after being away from it for so long, but to be expected from the man. Very quick.
Yeah, P5 definitely isn't bad for him so far. 2.1 second gap to Stevenson in front of him, but he's managing okay, staying within touching distance. You know, around that distance is what you need to stay. If someone makes a mistake in front, that's what you need to capitalise. So 18 minutes 30, don't write him off yet.
Cody Lawrence. Dropped 5 seconds since I was talking about.
Yeah, Clank Hughes is right on his gearbox now, just 4/10 behind as they go through that middle sector. We don't want to look at the rear wing.
The magic number in Assetto Corsa to get a tow.
It's the on-off switch to say where you start to get sucked towards the car in front. But then also the on-off switch with the dirty air that AC kind of replicates. So you do feel it, and especially a track like this where the corners are reasonably high speed, especially in a small Formula car such as this.
Yeah, turn 1, especially following a car so close, is not fun, but if you can hold it there, he might have a decent little tow here. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near enough to make a pass, but
he's closing, but will he be close enough? I doubt it. He looks to the outside. No way he can make a move there. Closest right up under braking.
He's focusing on the run. Yeah, I think he's focusing on the run down into turn 4 right now.
Passes the DRS line, but the skinny rear wings of these F3 cars don't need DRS, so none of that assistance here, just pure pace to be able to get in front of the car, and he is not able to do so. Still just behind Cody Lawrence, but Olivier out in front, 2 seconds gap now, so it's definitely starting to pull away. Lawrence is struggling.
Might be seeing the first effect of the tyre issues that we were talking about.
Yeah, if it is all the JGB cars, it will be something to highlight. You know, I think Lawrence is the highest running of the JGP cars, but he is starting to drop back from Olivier now. We see Barbary has dropped a place as well, actually down to P13, and Younger is nowhere to be seen. Don't know where he is.
Yeah, he runs a bit wide there. Man, that was some 5/10s. Just trying to get a bit wide on the last corner and to correct the car a bit.
You can see the lap times there. 6/10 he lost on the lap overall to Lawrence in front. Stevenson's actually closed up now as well, just a second behind Clank. So race for the podium is on as Olivier starts to catch laps traffic here. Don't know who that is. Hopefully he doesn't impede too much.
That is last place. That should be Michael Markowski, if he's lapping last place.
Should be. We see Johan here on the outside of Radokia in the Stala Alnak, defending the inside. Can he go for the switchback? He tries to, but just not enough traction. He'll have the outside line. No, he won't. Radokia cuts across and holds on for another lap.
Around the outside of turn 3 is a class move. I want to see it at least once.
Yeah, the new versus the old. We have the classic. It's been here a while. The chicken car versus a new team, Fursterborg. It's an all Danish, not Danish. My bad. I'm so sorry. Denmark, right? I'm not. I'm American.
It's Danish. Yeah.
I'm American. Yeah.
Oh, Hughes dropped place to Stevenson there. So Hughes must have made... No, wait, what's going on here? That's a lapped car getting between them. So Hughes has dropped a place to Stevenson. Looked like the lapped car might have got involved. They're side by side as they climb the hill up to turn 3, though. Stevenson on the inside, on the right-hand side of your screen.
Yeah, teammates battling. Now, this has happened a lot today in racing. For some reason, teammates battling. We're going to hear in a league race even.
Still side by side. Impressive from both drivers hold it, but who will be able to hold on for the longest? They come down to turn 4. You might see you move around the outside here, Oscar.
Is he going to hold it around the
a bit in front? He's gonna hold around the outside. No, he's gonna go for a switchback. Get the foot down. Gets a bit squirmy out on the exit.
Still side by
I
side.
think he might just back out.
Yeah, Stevenson holds
Yeah,
on
that's
for
fine.
now. Hughes has to relinquish P3. See, car looks like they've gone off in the background there. I don't know who that was, but the tyre marks are definitely there. That might be the car running in last place that's getting lapped at the moment. Smith's just lapping him now in P5, so he's going to slowly filter back through the field, unfortunately, make it very difficult to recover at any positions. But out in front, Jack Olivier still running P1, 22.8 last time round, runs the curb quite aggressively, but still faster than Cody Lawrence. 3-second gap to him now, so nice and safe for the time being. 30 minutes to go, 30 minutes to look after those tyres in that clean air and just manage that gap.
Flying, isn't he?
Sorry?
He's flying, Jack Olivier.
He is, but we've got a car spinning here. I don't know who that is, unfortunately. Another lapped car. Shouldn't cause any hassle to anyone. Well, hopefully it doesn't cause any hassle to anyone. We got the lovely camera angle here. Yeah, we see them getting out of the way, which is great to see. Maxi Younger setting a personal best last time round, 23.2. He's around 4/10 off the guys at the top. He's running in the pack. I don't know which position he's in because our timing screen only goes to P16. Maybe one of you can clue us in on what position Younger's running. And now there he is. He's in P16. He just overtook Posguy.
Yeah.
Wheel bang in there through turn 3. Runs him out wide.
Moment.
Runs him out wide. But
let's carry on.
he's held the position for now. Can he come back at him? Will he let him through out of courtesy? I doubt it. This is Maxi we're talking about. Oh, but he goes for the inside. Goes for the
Down the
move.
inside.
Maxi saw it coming and
Yeah, switch back. Ooh, a bit of bumping. A bit more.
things happening between these two at the moment.
Oh, he's on the grass.
Sends it into the corner. Gets the bit on the curb though.
And Pod's guy's probably thinking that himself.
I think both drivers driving with emotion here as opposed to maybe being quite rational. There's still 12 minutes to go. Maxi's obviously wanting to make up positions, and that was definitely a Maxi certified track extension there if I've ever seen one.
Oh, there's another track extension.
It looks like Maxi's got that move then. So P16 for him. We can actually see him on the timing screen now, just as just as we were speaking about him. But further up the field, we've got Johan, Radokia, and Wagenvort all within around a second, all battling for P6, or will be battling for P6 if Johan can catch up to Radokia.
Tell me,
I think this guy also may be in the wrong livery. I think.
I think most of them are. I'm not really looking at the liveries.
Yeah, I'm not sure, I'm afraid.
But is that Yap or something?
No, he is. He's in the right livery. Huh?
I believe it is Yap. It is Yap Wagenvort.
Yeah, NDF1, I think their team is called. They got 3 drivers, a complete set for this season.
Just mentioning again, father and son duo. I absolutely love to see that. We have Yap Wagenvort and Simon Wagenvort's son driving in the same series, which is just lovely, very wholesome.
Playing with our stream. Seems to be a bit big for the screen for some strange reason. I just realised it's cutting off the bottom of our pedal app, so we can pull that back into view for you guys. Radokia though in front, big slide through the entry there, locking the rear, got away with it, but that gap just down to 5/10 now to Johan, and then Wagenvort behind as well, just another 5/10 back, so these 3 within a second now.
Yeah, I'm really liking this mix in the top 10. You got some teams we've had here for a while, and then we have a lot of new teams in the top 10 being competitive right off the bat.
Yeah, it's really nice to see an influx of well, just people in general, but seeing, so Steve Stevenson we know is absolutely rapid, so Jack Olivier doing a fantastic job at the lead, Radokia, Karol Chak, Antoine Bone even, Anthony Barrow in front of Martin Banterland, who's been in Formula Trout for, well, since it began, I imagine, and is always a top 5 potential runner.
Yeah, definitely surprising to see Vanterland so far back there. Obviously, we don't know what's happened in the race. We've not been keeping tabs on him too well. He might have got involved in a bit of a first corner incident, but he is running P12 at the moment. That all-important P10 for the reverse grid. Starting pole for the reverse grid race. That's the target. Bunn and Barreau are fighting for that at the moment. Just 5/10 separates those two. But we're still watching Radokia and Johan. Johan just 3/10 behind now as they climb the hill up to turn 3. Really make the move. Probably too far back, but you never know. He looks to the inside, but Radokia just breaks late enough that he can't really get alongside. Can he maybe tuck into the slipstream though and have a go around the outside at the next corner?
Really good for
Maybe.
Yap.
Radokia's going to defend the outside. There he goes. As down the inside, this new driver goes. As he pushes it all the way to the curb.
Lovely moves.
Still side by side though, a bit of wheel touching as they get into the left-hander. Radokia in front. Can he hold it tight, or will Johan come back at him? Shows himself in his mirrors, but not able to do anything. Radokia holds on to position for another lap, but Yap is super close now behind.
Yeah. And then Dave Southwood kind of running his own race, which would be a strong candidate for me to win race 2 if he finishes in P9.
Plus, Smith in front, running his own race. But there's kind of a Dak sandwich right here. These three are in.
Big slide for Wagenvort there. That has definitely cost him. These two in front battling, that's put him a second behind them now, where just before he was around 3/10. So if they make him, if they are overtaken, he can't really capitalise. He might be able to catch up again, but if Johan gets the move done quickly, he's definitely going to lose out from that one. Johan tucks right behind again, looks to the outside for turn 3. In fact, he might even be in front before the braking zone.
He does. Gets right around the outside. It's a great move. Oh, but he loses it.
Lost the rear on the exit, yeah, but Radokia come back at him. He didn't get a great exit either. He's in the slipstream. He's in that on-off switch. Will he look to the inside? He has a look. Brakes late.
Inside. I just can't stick his nose into it and has to back out.
Yeah, Johan in front definitely made the right choice there, just giving him a little bit of room, just if he was alongside to not take him out, but Radokia managed to get the car stopped. Johan made the right move and holds the position up to P6.
Yeah, great move on T3 from the driver in front in the new team. I gotta look at it again. NDF1, there you go.
Was a good move, was a very solid move, got the move done, no drama, and that is kind of what you need to do, especially in the late stages of the race here. Out in front, Jacques Olivier still has quite a solid lead, 3.5 seconds, but looks like Johan has dropped the position now, P7, Radokia back in front, Wagenvort still following right in the gearbox.
I noticed there as well, Olivier was 4/10 slower than Lawrence on that last lap.
I wonder if the tyres have started to drop off. Just at about 20 minutes there, Wagenvort on the inside of Johan. He'll have the line. Does he leave him room? He does, just about. But Johan has to drop in behind, has to tuck in behind the rear wing of the Infoward car. Will Yap hold the inside line? He will. Moves to the outside to try and squeeze Johan on the outside. Can he hold it around the outside? I doubt it.
That's the move I want to see, Alex. That's the move I want to see.
Yap's giving him room, but just enough. Defends the inside, but Johan might have the inside now. Wagenvort again leaving him room.
It's great driving from both of them.
Yeah, very, very respectful. We've seen Wagenvort, lots of experience. Johan's a bit of an unknown, but he's doing well. And who's that slow in the front? A lapped traffic, I believe. Although Stevenson has dropped behind Jack Smith. I'm not sure if the lapped car there, I think it was an Impact Blue, was anything to do with it, but during the Wagenvort battle, looks like Smith has got in front of Stevenson up to P4. Stevenson's not lost too much time though, 6-7 seconds on that last lap. Just the one position for his sake.
I just cursed Cody again because now he's lost another second to Olivier. So I'm not going to mention Cody Lawrence again. So hopefully we might see a battle towards him.
Yeah, 5 minutes to go, 5 seconds for Cody to close to catch up with Olivier for the race win. There's always race 2 though, of course, and he's going to be starting in front of him for that race. Younger, meanwhile, P15, he's still looking to make his way back up the order following Leslie Peters, who's running a great race in P14 actually, props to him. Younger though, tucking into the rear wing as they climb the hill to the inside. Peters not really making any defensive move, probably doesn't really think it's his race with Younger, I suppose. Although he is bringing a little bit later, see if he can hold the position. Maxi,
beautiful move, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I thought Maxi would be sailing past there, but yeah, great job from Peters. Younger though, back to the inside again as they go down the hill. Tricky braking zone to get right, as you can easily lock the inside wheel. Maxi gets away with it though, and should now have the position, although I was certain before he did, and he didn't. Well,
Even on the outside of turn 2, it didn't seem possible, but I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I guess it's slightly off camber, slightly tricky, and if you're aware of the other car, it's easy to get it wrong. So he just, I hear someone off. Who's off? That is Tim Draper, I think. Draper just going wide through the high-speed corners there. Drops down to P16. Not.
Unfortunately, I think we're going to see Stevenson and Smith in a little battle in a second.
For sure, we see Stevenson just 5/10 behind Smith. Stevenson obviously running in front of Smith for basically the whole race. Only the last lap or so, he's dropped behind. So he did look like he was the faster car, but Smith's very, very experienced driver, very fast driver as well. So
yeah, and this is with the part of the race where the rear tyres are gone and you don't have the rear grip that you did have. So it's so easy to drop it.
You can see the rear sliding there for Stevenson.
And it's a little bit of survival at this last stage of the race, but with these extra 5 minutes, it's even tougher. Yeah, 310s, he might have a good shot on the straight here.
Definitely a bit of a 0 to 0 moment if you get it wrong, but he's going to follow him through these last corners. 2 minutes 40 seconds to go, so I think 2 laps, might be 3, depending on how fast the leaders are.
I've got to say, I'm not a fan of the track limits that we're in.
They're quite generous, aren't they? And you can see a big slide for Jack, but then a big slide for Stevenson as well. A car off on the outside. Looks like lap traffic doesn't get involved, but Stevenson has a run up the hill now under the CRG Romania banner. Will he look to the inside? Will he look to the outside? Looks to the outside to just maximise the exit here. Jack misses the apex a little bit. And Stevenson to the inside. Jack's going to have to try and hold it around the outside here. Nothing he can do about the inforward car on his inside, even though he shouldn't actually be in an inforward car. Stevenson then later on the brakes. Jack tries to hold it. He does hold it. He's going to have the inside line for the left-hander.
Stevenson had a moment there just in the middle of the corner.
Still side by side. Stevenson out in front and looks like he's got the position. Great move from both drivers. As you say, it looked like Stevenson had a bit of a moment. I think both drivers just kind of tiptoeing. They don't want to lose the car. They're still running in good positions, even though they are racing each other. Spinning out now would drop you to P10, P11. Yeah, that would be the weekend, the round ruin, not just this race if you dropped outside that top 10 position. So great overtake from Stevenson there. Respectful racing from both drivers.
It's a feature of the F3 as well. You can push for 10 laps and you might make a 10th on your rival, but you drop it, you lose 3 seconds, so you can't drop it. Basically, you have to be consistent for 25 minutes. Wagenborg right behind Radocchia here.
Goes to the outside. Radocchia defending that inside line.
Ooh.
Radocchia later on the brakes, with Wagenborg getting the better exit. He's going to have to try and defend the inside. Wagenborg tries to get his nose in there, unable to. I think they touched then. Wagenborg had to back out of it. I think they touched on the inside. It was a nose to the diffuser. Got away with it. Could have been an accident there, but Radocchia, didn't really do anything wrong. He fully closed the door. I think Wagenborg expected him to open it. He didn't need to. He didn't have to. And Wagenborg tried to barge in there, unable to do so.
It's a mirrored situation here because Wagenborg needs to be really careful he doesn't let Karolchak back into it because he's only 2 tenths behind him. And Karolchak,
Oh, and
I'm so
Olivier crosses the line. That was the final lap then, just as the timer ran out. So Olivier takes the victory here. So this is the final lap. These are the final corners for the drivers. I thought we would get another one. Lawrence in P2, and we see Radokia getting a terrible exit. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Wagenvort is in front and will get P6. Johan behind, not able to make a move. He ran wide himself. So that was a Wagenvort up to P6 there. Southwood in P9. Yeah, I thought we were going to get another lap there.
I did too, yeah.
Just ran out.
Jack Olivier, take a bow, son. Take a bow. Well done.
Yeah, it's always, you can only win your first race once, and he's won it. So great job to Jack there. Cody Lawrence in P2 would have wanted more, but podium P2 is still a good result for the JGP driver. Clank Hughes in P3 as well, good result for him.
Brilliant.
So that was race 1 here. We've got another race to go. Another 25 minutes. It'll be reverse of the top 10. So starting on pole will be Antoine Bunn for Impact Blue. On the front row alongside him will be DAC Racing's Dave Southwood. It'll be Johan in P3, Radokia in P4, and then so on, so on, so on. And then, so Anthony Barrow, Vanterland, they'll be starting P11, P12. They'll be starting in their finishing positions, unfortunately for them. So I'm sure they'll be a little bit disappointed with that. I wasn't sure of the gap on the line for those two. But when you're just behind, it's always a disappointment, as it does put a big dampener on the weekend, on the round, because it just makes it that bit harder to score good points in race 2.
Yeah, I mean, well, race 2, lap 1 is all about staying out of trouble, and I fancy Dave for this one. He's a clever driver, a crafty driver, and if he gets through lap 1 unscathed with a decent gap, I think he'll bring it home, but let's see.
Yeah, he's a very experienced driver, but
is he in the wrong livery?
Go on, sorry.
Is Dave one of your drivers, or is he in the wrong livery?
Yes, of course he is. Dave Southwood, DAC regular. I would never let him go.
And obviously, you can't rule out Olivier, Lawrence, Hughes if one of them makes it through lap 1.
Yeah, I mean, even it's easy to get it wrong, but at the same time, it's not easy to get it right. But you just pick the line as you normally would, and you can start P10 and come out turn 1 in P5. So
that's it.
And if Olivier is the one to do that, Lawrence is stuck in P8. It just makes it so much easier. You have 2 less cars to overtake the traditional way. Let's say they never say the race is won at the first corner, but at the same time, it does give you a big advantage as you go through. 25 minutes to hold on, 25 minutes to make the moves. It will be.
Put, in the chat just about blue flags. I don't want to see that again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
I only say that because I know it used to irk me if I was fighting some guy for 1.2 seconds and someone costs me half a second. I'm screaming. But
yeah, it can definitely get heated in the cockpit, I guess. If you are held up, obviously it's not really your fault. There's nothing you can do. You just have to sit there and follow the car, or punt them off, as we've seen people do before.
Who impressed you the most there, Alex?
I mean, it has to be Olivier. Debut race in Formula Trout League, wins the first race in Formula Trout League he's taken part in. So, fantastic job from him.
This grid has serious pedigree, I guess you'd say. Some really quick guys, so come out on top, race 1. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of the most skilled, varied grids we've seen in a long time. So to have this variety of drivers, massively experienced drivers that have been here for basically the whole existence of Formula Trout League, with MBTL and Yap as well. But then we have the new drivers, Olivier, and then everyone in between. You've got the Impact Blue guys. They joined last season, the season before. They've started to make an impact on the grid. The Stellar Elnac cars, the Chicken cars, they've done a great job too. So there is a good variety in experience, in pace, and it is always great to see. And if anyone is watching this and would like to get involved, click the link in the description below to join our Discord server where we organise everything. As you see, we have a 30-car grid here, but basically, sign-ups are completely open. You can join. We do, each race has qualifying basically throughout the week to qualify for an entry slot if the grid is full, but otherwise we would love to see you there to take part in this. So as I said, just click the link in the description below, join a Discord server and say hello if you would like to get involved. But cars are on the grid now, 12 seconds approximately before lights out. Drivers getting ready to start. We see Dave there looking in his mirror, I think. Lights start to come on now. And away they go. It looks like Dave has a good start. The JGP car on the outside, equally good. We see the Infrawood cars in the background, not getting away too well. We don't want to watch the safety car. Oh, and there's a big crash in the background. A big crash in the background. Car upside down. Unfortunately, in race 2, we're unable to restart, so it will continue racing. Antoine Bunn then holds the lead. Southwood still P2. Radokia in P3. Johan P4. Dave looking for a move up the inside, not able to do anything. Looks like most of the field is going through all right. I'm not sure who that was, who did get flipped over at turn 1. Not sure if they're still continuing.
Olivia is still in P9, so it's blank, so I think it happened behind P10, P11.
Yeah, so it's a shame to see, but we got Southwood alongside the Dallara car there, side by side. That looks like Smith wide as well, losing a few positions on the outside of turn 3, but Antoine Bunn building a nice gap already. Side by side into the fast left-hander. That's Johan on the inside of Olivier. Olivier gets that position up to P7 already for him. Lawrence in front though, P6, and Stevenson as well in P5. So this reverse grid, Stevenson, Lawrence and Olivier, basically the finishing order flipped. They've all been following each other through. They've all gained a few positions, but Wagenvort up the inside of Radokia. Side by side, Radokia goes wide, comes back on the track, nearly comes together with Stevenson there. Gets away with it, but they're going to be side by side as they go down the start-finish straight.
Too wide into turn 1 here.
See how this goes. You've got Lawrence in the background as well. Going to pounce if they make a mistake. Radokia lets him go, tucks in behind, runs a little wide, and then Lawrence, gets the better exit, goes through. Olivier following him through as well. Stevenson side by side with Wagenvort now. Action up and down the grid into turn 3. Oh, and who's that late on the brakes? That's Johan. Johan into Stevenson. A horrible mistake there.
It looked bizarre, that I have to say. It looked like he decided he wasn't going to do the corner.
Yeah. Well, we've completely negated the fact. Thanks to the power of custom shader patch, we'll just keep an eye on what's going on though. We can view a replay. We have the ability to view a replay. Who was that involved? That was Johan. Where are we? Ah, there we go. We've got the onboard. What happened? In the braking zone, a little bit later on the brakes, and just, terrible action. I think he was just too late on the brakes, and obviously got together. Tried to avoid the cars in front. He should have probably gone left. He went right. Ended up just wiping out Stevenson. A huge incident there. Stevenson's just an innocent bystander. I don't want to assign blame. It's easy to make a mistake like that. It's easy to get it wrong, but yeah, that's not what we wanted to see. Unfortunately, going into that replay seemed to have completely broke the timing screen, as apparently Ken Hado and Makowski are now in P1 and P2, which is not correct.
Is it?
Ken Hado off at turn 1.
P8, okay. From
yes.
P8 down is 1.
Yes, so, but the replay function is there, so that's good to see. But we see further back then, Wagenvort is in P3 then, alongside Cody Lawrence, down to turn 3. Will he go around the outside? No, but Olivier is going to look up the inside.
Oh, the timing's
not quite able to. Yeah, this has quite done the number on the timing screen there, hasn't it?
Can you turn off and on the app?
Maybe. No. We'll see if that fixes itself as they complete another lap. But we've got Cody Lawrence then fighting with Olivier and Wagenvort for P3. Antoine Bunn still in P1. Southwood still in P2. So we said Impact Blue is a good new team that's kind of making an impact. Okay. He's running P1 at the moment, so good job from him. And then Southwood, your favourite for race 2, he's running P2. You know, very safe pair of hands. You know he's not going to make any mistakes, and yeah, he is doing a good job there, sticking in the front. Yeah, it does not look like the timing screen is going to fix itself, which is very unfortunate.
Okay, we know. Well, we've got Yap there as well. So Yap is extremely good. I love racing with Yap. One of my favourites. He's great defensively, so he might do Southwood a favour here with the two rapid guys behind him. Lawrence and Olivier, Smith closely behind, I think.
Olivier up the inside of Wagenvort.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Wagenvort got a good exit, but then Olivier starting to close in again, He'll have the inside line here as they go down the hill. Can Wagenvort hold it around the outside? Will he have to try the switchback? He will have to try the switchback, but does not look like he's got a good enough exit. Lawrence behind as well, side by side, attacking the Dutchman. Holds on, but yeah, Wagenvort losing position to Olivier then. So that's fantastic for Olivier. You know, he won race 1. Stevenson's gone, one of his competitors. All he has to clear now is Wagenvort, Southwood and Bunn, and he's back where he was for race 1. 19 minutes to do it, so plenty of time. The gap's tiny up and down the field.
Any other thing that we can use to track?
No.
The leaderboard broken?
Yes. The replay has broken the leaderboard.
What about the bar at the bottom of the screen? What was it?
Ooh, I took a screenshot. I may have crashed the game.
Oh?
No, we're okay. Smith then going down the inside of Olivier? No, who? Lawrence.
JP. That's Lawrence.
So broken. That's Lawrence. Yeah. So Smith going down the inside of Lawrence there. Wagenvort in front. The time screen is very broken now. I don't think it's updating anymore.
They're very nice and awesome decks.
Yes, thankfully provided by you, Angel. It's a very nice livery, but he's still racing side by side with Lawrence here on the inside of the left-hander. Holds it tight, doesn't go wide, and should have the position. So time to hunt Wagenvort now. Smith, please. No bias. Yeah, so Lawrence then unable to do anything so far, but he is very, very close behind, and I think Radokia a bit further back again. Yeah, these timing screen is quite hard to understand. F9? Yes, F9.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Doesn't really help. We only have P1 and P16, but
Press F9 again.
You're right. Well, we know Antoine Bunn is still in the lead. Anthony Bunn, I can't remember.
it's fine. Stock AC to the rescue.
That's what we want.
There we go. We will use this.
Better than anything.
Yeah.
Now we can't switch between cars easily, though.
So what happened to what happened to Dave? Oh no, P2 isn't on the screen.
Yes.
We're watching right now. We're watching David Southwood.
We've got Dave Southwood behind Olivier. I think Olivier just went past Southwood then. Dave Southwood was running in P2. He's now running P3. Olivier making moves into P2. You can see Antoine Bunn just in front. So Olivier, the winner of the last race, definitely going to be going for the win in race 2. 17 minutes to do it. 17 minutes just past that one car.
Really well to get up to P2 unscathed from P10. Less than 10 minutes.
We see, I think that's Jack Smith. Somewhere. Where is he? There he is.
There he is.
Racing one of the JGP cars. I think he was racing 2 of them, but he got passed by one of them into that last corner there. But he's going to look to the inside.
Leaving.
It is no. Oh, it's Lawrence, Younger, Smith, Barbary. So Barbary is right behind as well. But
yeah, I don't know which
Smith
JGP car it is, but
it's Younger.
Lost a bunch of straight line speed.
It's Younger, Smith going past Younger then, and then in front of them as well, you've got Lawrence racing with Wagenvort for P3, P4,
Younger fights back and gets a
sorry.
run by going a bit wide. You're taking that water line.
Well, Maxi in P6. Maxi's doing very well this race compared to the last race.
Oh, he's gonna go back. He's gonna go down the inside again.
These two know
Oh, he
each
got
other.
fast. He heard downshifted.
And Maxi has the outside
Oh,
line, has the
switchback.
better run.
Ooh, down the inside. Old friends becoming enemies here. I love it. Different teams.
I see that JPG car. I think it is the one in front, just fighting another car.
Yeah, that's Lawrence and Wagenvort. They've been racing hard as well while we've been watching these two. See Maxi checking his mirrors. He's held on to the position for the time being, but Wagenvort then, he's in P4, even though it says he's in P10 here. Ignore that, he's actually in P4. Side by side. Ooh, and that was a defense to a defense, to an offense, sorry. Jack's side by side again with Juncker in the background.
You might watch these in front. Yeah, the South. Which deck is that again? Sorry.
All of them. We got Southwood in front racing with
I'm
someone.
for the decks right now. They're fighting. Oh, there they go.
Jack alongside Maxi again.
Side by side for a lap. These two.
There we go.
Max
On
Smith
board with
did
Maxi.
what he got done. Yeah, I can't speak.
Oh,
He
to
went on
the
outside,
inside.
used to get better run. Down the inside again.
Oh, and they come together. Maxi. What a surprise.
Great.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's a little bit too late, Maxi. But,
And through goes Jack.
He's let Jack back through.
He takes a wider line. He's probably gonna try to get him run. Try to fall as close as he can through here.
We'll go again. These two are friends. I know they'll both be smiling about that.
Who will be smiling though? Clank right behind. Closed up to these two after they came together. Maxi with an interesting interpretation of track limits again. Wow, the bias is showing here.
Yeah, would you stop with the Maxi bashing? Please?
He's a very talented driver, so he you know,
He has probably the best pedigree in Trout.
he's El Quattro.
He is El Quattro, 4-time champion.
Olivier though, out in front, he's got the lead, fastest lap of the race. So Olivier has got back to the lead of the last race, like he did in the last race. All he needs to do is hold it now in front of Bunn and Southwood.
There, I think that's Lawrence and the other in Ford car.
Has the timing fixed itself?
Yeah,
No.
Run away with it again, hasn't it?
Oh, to the inside.
Switches to the other side late. Can't get it done though.
Oh, and loses the rear nearly. Holds on. Yeah, Lawrence doing exactly what Maxi did there. I wonder if they've been practicing in the races. You know, they've both been practicing that last minute dive to the inside when they've been racing each other. And yeah, Maxi unable to pull it off. Lawrence unable to pull it off as well.
Ideas from Max today.
Gets in your head though for sure. Like, you know, you see a driver doing that, even if they don't make the move, you think like, ooh, what if they do it again next lap? It's difficult to react because if you go on the inside, they're just going to go the outside. If you hold your line, they're going to do that again. It's difficult to race against. It really does get in your head if you see another driver doing that. So we'll see if Lawrence tries it again next lap. We see Maxi making himself known in his mirrors to Jack, still running P6 and 7, I think, those two. But Lawrence has a run again on Wagenvort. As we go on board. To the outside. He's out-dragged him up the hill, but can he hold it around the outside? Will Wagenvort leave him room? A bit loose on the rear, but he gets a good exit. Gets the move done so far. Can he come back at him?
It seems to be that outside line going into turn 3 is a really great way to get a good run to come down to turn 4 as they go side by side again. I think he's just able to get it. Yeah, and now the Dakar Jack Smith is right behind him going into turn 5. Not that he's going to try to move here as they're going to go side by side in turn 5. Well, no, and he just keeps it right ahead. Going to turn 6 now.
Is it Lawrence?
That car going in for turn 6? No, he's behind. But this is a whole gathering of cars right now, just all together. There's the other JPG. I think Maximilian Younger. They think better of it. Interesting track limits? No, not this
No,
one.
it's good this lap. He heard me. Oh, but Jack
Oh,
wide, Jack wide. on the grass. That's
why
going to
that
cost
curbing
him.
really hurts your straight line speed down the main straight. And yeah, it's going to easily pass him now.
Through goes Maxi up the hill to turn 1, but the car is inside. Who's that? That's
Whoa.
Hughes. Does he get the car stopped? No, runs wide.
Oh.
I actually saw that coming, I think. That was really good from him. Kept it cool.
Yeah, he saw it coming. We definitely didn't. He just surprised me. I
Yeah,
just
but
saw
no,
the
they're all
front
coming
wing.
for him now.
He makes...
Is the bottleneck here Cody? Are they all behind Cody Lawrence here?
Oh, the deck.
No, because Cody's in front.
What's happening?
Wagenwart's in front a little bit, so it's. I think it's just these guys squabbling here. Younger and Smith squabbling. It's allowed the Infowood cars to get close together.
Is this Stevenson?
It's Stevenson, yeah. Stevenson on a recovery after that lap 1 or lap 2 or whatever it was.
Or just floors it around the outside. Just lets it roll through. Be able to get it done. Now behind the DAT car of Jack Smith. And I think maybe he'll think of a move here. He's very close. Still sure will be working.
I'm assuming damage is on because Steve's car will be in tatters.
Yeah, there is damage.
I don't know if you can tell how much earlier he got on the throttle though. He's very much pushing.
Will Jack go defensive? Stevenson's going to look for a move.
Side by side. It's halfway now. While with the braking. He's able to dwell.
The risk of doing it at turn 1 is you open yourself up for the slipstream back into 2 here.
Yeah, and he's got 2 cars behind him, his teammate and Jack Smith. Both coming around.
Flank Hughes, I think.
Almost gonna be 3 wide. It's almost gonna be 3 wide between these 3. His teammate backs out of it, but Jack Smith still goes for it. And yeah, again, around the outside seems to work very well to get a good straight line run
Yeah,
to turn 4.
What Alex said before about the camber, it's definitely a lot kinder on the outside. But Steve needed to wait there. I think he needs to overtaking into turn 1 is generally going to not end well for you.
Big
I
sap
can
of
see the
oversteer for
consequences
Steve.
of his pushing. Lose the car a bit as a capture.
I think once one of these cars get a bit of breathing space, I think they will be able to pull away. It's just when they're in the draft, when they're able to run close together, it just makes it a little bit harder. You can see Stevenson's car moving all over the place in front though as we ride on board with Clank Hughes. Clank's going to be watching this and thinking, oh, he's slow through here, he's struggling through these high-speed corners. Interestingly, he's not losing too much time, you just see the car moving around a lot. Hughes runs a little bit wide through the last corner too, so he's going to lose a bit of time. Jack, though, in front losing the rear as well, so I think all drivers starting to struggle with the tyres now.
Yeah, Jack again hitting that curb on the outside, especially in Austria. The outside curb on the last turn can very mess up your run down the straight. Now he's going to try a move into turn 3, following Jack Smith. Steve Stevenson is. He has a slipstream. Maybe try around the outside. Yeah, he's going to try around the outside using all the track limits there, just barely on the curb.
Steve Stevenson joked with me before the race. He said, "Who am I going to crash into?" And I joked from the back and I said, "Jack." So let's see if it comes true or not. These 2 super talented guys.
Just not able to get alongside, but who is able to get alongside? I think that is it Maxi?
Younger and yes, that's
Maxi.
Oh, it's Barbary.
Younger.
It's Thomas Barbary.
Oh, it's Barbary. Oh. This is that's Yap.
Yes, yeah, he's kind of been running nowhere for quite some time, so he's started to make his way back up.
Around the outside. That was a really good move. I think we weren't as hyped about that move. That was fully around the outside.
Yeah, it was a really good move.
Great move, and great from Yap as well. You have to have trust in the other driver that he's going to let you do it.
You also have the bravery of trying to keep it on the outside and not putting your wheels onto that curb or let alone the gravel. Not running out wide. Maybe Yap, you get the run down into turn 3 and the non-existent turn 2. As we zoom into the GR Romania sponsor board.
Where is our leader? Let's go through this broken timing. There we go. There is Jack Olivier, and you can see the gap he has Southwood behind. Yeah.
P2 being another DAC car, I think that is
Southwood. But
Southwood, yeah.
How long is he going to be able to hold that for? JGP, the pair JGP cars behind are catching. That is Lawrence, and it's not a JGP car, it's Bun.
Wagner, all behind. Wagner, all behind.
So
It's
All of them pretty fast. So
it's going to be
very
under
cool to see
pressure.
the Dakar get a
Sure.
P2 though. Be a great start to the season.
Oh, the goal is the championship.
I think you need to sign a Mr. Jack Olivier if you want any hope of that.
Well, we see Cody Lawrence though. He had a bit of a run there into the last corner. Wasn't able to get alongside, and unless you're alongside, there's no way you're making a move there. Gets a good exit.
I think he's really gonna have to focus on the exit of one if he wants to get a move. No, I don't think he's close enough.
He's making himself known to
He tried to
Southwood in
scam him
front,
there.
but not making a move. Now this is his chance. Can he
Both
pull
getting a
alongside?
decent.
Seems to be some sort of
He
late.
pulled that bit too early? I don't think so. I think he pulled at the right time. Around the outside again. Probably gonna try to get that great run we've seen other drivers get when they go on the outside.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
not.
he's going for it. And
Cody's
That's
suffering with ping issues here.
Yeah, I think American internet is
Oh.
causing Cody some issues here, and I think he's being slightly careful.
I wouldn't be surprised
Because
if
of
they just
that.
let you go.
Maybe you don't want your race being ruined by a teleporting car, as we have had before.
hopefully this will be improved in AC2 or Evo.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, this is a cool camera angle.
I think I'd like to have an onboard from Mr. Olivier if we get a quiet moment in the race before the 4 minutes away.
I kind of want to watch this, as you can see how close these guys are. That whole pack
Yeah.
from second down to I think like sixth. It's as an forward card going on a GGP car. I think that is Barbary. He's going for it as he goes down the inside and gets past.
But Wagenborg's going to lose it in turn 2.
Yeah, Wagenbort and Younger. This is the battle we like to see.
Oh, 3
No,
wide.
they might go 3 wide. They are going to go 3 wide. No, I think they just squeeze out the number 4 slightly. Doesn't let him get into the middle.
Oh, and they come together.
Oh,
Yeah,
no!
I think the Dakar just had a bit more speed coming out the corner.
Yeah,
Just-
no,
and who's that
I
round?
think that's Barbary.
That's Younger, I think. Younger,
Oh,
and I think Wagenbort just pushed him out a little bit wide. They came together, and then yeah, the
Oh, that's
DAC
the
car.
forward car locking up, almost hitting his teammate. I think there. So I just skipped it.
I mean, I don't think the teammates. I think it's
I'm
Stevenson.
just going off
Stevenson in the wrong livery. Yeah, I think the DAC car, as you said, just had so much extra speed. Those two checked up in front, and he just kind of ran into the back of them, sent them both round. I don't really think anyone was at fault there. It's just 3 into 1 doesn't go. We could watch the replay, but there's only 2 minutes to go, and there's plenty of action up and down the field, and we saw what happened last time, so we won't do that. So the positions now, as we start probably the second to last lap, we see Southwood and Lawrence P2, P3, Smith P4, Antoine Bunn in P5. But for how long? 3 wide.
Turn 1, 2 GGPs, 1 in forward car. Steve Stevenson gets ahead of both of them.
That's Wagenbort actually.
Yeah, I'm getting confused.
That's Barbary and Antoine Bunn in the wrong livery. He was our pole sitter for this race.
Oh!
They touch again.
Tries to keep it 3 wide, gets squeezed between the 2 cars.
Wagenbort being
When he goes
very
on the
aggressive
inside,
here.
Squeeze him up into that curve. But no, that's Yap. Wagenbort getting run. There you go. But
Wagenbort
yeah, these
defends
guys are
the
running hard.
inside.
Ooh,
Tell you what, it's 2 tenths between P2 and 3.
it might be
as
3
well.
wide again. Again, they just close the door on the middle, so he can't just stick it in and make it 3 wide. But he gets a better run now. I think he's just kind of boxed in as these two are blocking the outside and the inside line, battling themselves as they're just tapping, going into turn 5.
Here goes Barbary. Antoine
Runs out a
Bunn.
bit wide. So does Antoine.
Where are our drivers?
What's happening with Southwood? And
We've got Southwood clinging on for dear life for P2. Lawrence right behind him on his gearbox, and Smith has caught up as well. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. This is setting up for a Grand Prix finish for P2 here. This will be the last lap, surely.
This
Maybe
is, I think,
one
is
more.
the last
Yeah.
lap, depending on where Olivier.
Yeah, so he's 10 seconds
Olivia.
ahead. There's a minute left, so he's not going to make another lap.
3 wide as they climb the hill.
3
Smith
wide.
got the better exit. Dave on the outside. Lawrence in the middle.
A Dak racing sandwich, and he just backs out of it, allows the teammates to fight each other. But I think they might just try to block both. No, he's down the
He's
inside.
in the inside.
Who's that making it out the front? Is that Dave?
That's
Oh,
Jack, I believe. Yeah, Jack got the move.
Southwood lost 2 positions. It's Dak now in P2. Lawrence
rear wing in the way.
Position P3 as he defends from Southwood, I think, right there, going around the outside.
Oh, yeah, he's trying the outside. I didn't see it.
You got Stevenson as well getting involved now. This should be the last lap. We'll try
10
find
seconds left on the
our
clock.
leader. Yeah, so this will be the last lap. Jack Olivier, going through the final corner now. Final lap of the race makes it 2 for 2 in his debut round here in Formula Trout League. Fantastic job from him. P1 at the line, but who will get P2? Not Leslie Peters. Cody Lawrence will be behind Jack Smith unless Jack has an issue before the line. But further back,
He's gonna hang on.
Is it a minute?
Oh,
Oh, that's so close.
finish.
so yeah, Smith got P2, Lawrence P3, Stevenson got P4, so Stevenson got Southwood at the line then.
Oh wow.
That must be a tiny finishing margin between those two. Great job for Stevenson for that recovery. Jack Olivier wins. Unfortunately, you know, the big loser in this race, Maxi Younger, where even is he? I think he's left actually. I think he's left the session after his issue, lost all those positions after running a great race. You know, he was right up there in the middle of the round and yeah, just had some issues, came together with Jack and then no fault of his own, got checked up with Wagenvort, and I'm sure that's going to be a spicy post-race discussion. Yeah, but a shame to see him DNF or at least finish quite low down the order after running strong. But as said, massive congratulations.
Oh my god.
Massive congratulations to Jack Olivier. You know, great job from him. First round coming in P1. You can't get better than that. Jack Smith P2. Cody Lawrence. Was Cody Lawrence P3? Yeah, Cody Lawrence was P3. Yeah, so fantastic job from everyone today. You know, a few drivers unfortunately involved in a few issues. We're seeing Maxi in the Trout League chat complaining already about the contact between Yap. If you'd like to see that, you can join the Discord server. You know, you can join in the description below. Just follow the invite link, say hello, and Sprint Series chat to see the post-race drama. I don't think we're going to have any interviews today. We have run quite a lot longer than we normally would due to the server issues we had earlier. But can we go over the final finishing order? Do we have that on hand, or
I think
is that going to be difficult to find? Yes, I've got it here. So we can go over the finishing order for race 2 then. So in P1 we had Jack Olivier. Yeah, unofficial with prize penalties, of course. P2, wait, what? Huh? This is wrong. Oh wait, no, this is race 1. Race 2 is not up yet. Oh, do we? Yeah, you can go through that then if that's alright.
Do I have it? No, I do not.
Oh. Okay.
Where did you get race 1?
It's on our server manager. Well, we'll go over the race 1 order anyway, and then we can wait for race 2 to come up. So race 1, we had Jack Olivier in P1, debut race for him, debut win, maiden win. So fantastic job. Cody Lawrence in P2, Glenn Hughes got P3, Stevenson P4, Jack Smith on his return in P5, Wagenvort P6, Radokia P7, Johan in P8 for NDF1. Good debut for them. Dave Southwood in P9, Antoine Bunn for Impact Blue P10. Anthony Barrow, another NDF1 car, P11. Martin Vanteland, P12 for Infrawood. P13, Younger for Younger GP, that is. P14, Leslie Peters, he was a solo driver. Good job from him. Thomas Barbary in P15 after suffering with the tyres. P16 for Hellas Panos. Not a bad return for him as well. Been out of Formula Trout for quite some time, so good to see him back. P17, Tim Draper. Simon Wagenvort in P18 for Stella Alnak. Martija Strizik in P19 for Piston Heads, Jose Ibarra P20 in the other Piston Heads car, Radokia in P21, Daniel Esteves for Real Formula Racing, I don't know, Ken Hado in P23 for Cuban Lynx, and Makowski classified P24 but only completed 14 out of 17 laps. Ben Steek and Pozgai both DNFing for online racing team there. Do we have race 2 up? I don't think we do.
No, I think you have to do the next session.
We do have race 2, so yeah, we can go through that and with a little more detail because we remember what happened. So yeah, Jack Olivier, after starting in P10 in race 2 in the reverse grid, all the way back up to P1. So as I said, doing the double, making it 2 for 2, P1 in both rounds. Great job for him. Maka Racing is his team, I believe it is as well. So be happy with that. Good haul of points for them. Jack Smith with DAC Racing in P2. Cody Lawrence P3, Stevenson P4, Southwood just able to hang on to P5, well, not able to hang on to P5 at the end, just dropping it at the line. The finishing between those two was 0.03 of a second, so very close between those two. Southwood hanging on to P2 until the very last few laps of the race for him. Barbary in P6, good result for him really. We didn't really see him much here in the early stage of the race, but he did come back near the end into P6, so good. Result for the Younger GP driver, Wagen Vort for Inwood in P7, racing with the field. He just got away with contact with Maxi. Antoine Bunn in P8. He started on pole for that round, so a bit disappointing for him, especially after winning at the last round in Season 6. I think it was him who won in Season 6. Might have been his teammate Kevin Vannett. One of the Impact Blue cars, they got a 1-2 anyway, so a bit disappointing for him to drop down because they didn't do that in Macau and did get a good result there. But Anthony Barrow for NDF1 in P9. None of these positions awarding points now, but good to know anyway. Vanterland in P10, Radokia P11, Clank Hughes disappointing in P12. I'm not sure what happened to him because Clank Hughes was running quite far up, so we must have missed what happened to Clank Hughes to drop down to P12 near the end there. Yeah, not sure what happened.
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, Johan P13, Tim Draper P14, Hellas Panos P15, Matija Strizik in P16, Simon Wagenvort in P17, Jose Ibarra P18, Ken Hado P19, Marco Radokia in P20, Leslie Peters in P21, solo driver, and yeah, Maxi Younger. I don't actually think he crossed the finish line at the end. He's been classified, but he only completed 17 laps. So Maxi, after running a pretty great race, fighting right up there with the top guys, just getting involved in an incident with Wagenvort, getting punted by the DAC car behind as well. Taylor's oldest time. Thankfully, it wasn't me driving it this time. Yeah, sending Maxi off and to a poor result of P22 for him, so that is a shame. Makowski and Estevez both DNFing from the race, unfortunately, rounding off the field. So yeah, it was a pretty good race overall. I mean, my absolute driver of the day, Jack Olivier, coming back in race 2 to the lead. It's unstoppable, basically.
Pole, race 1, race 2, take about.
Yeah, you can't really do it any better. What else can you do?
No, you really can't. I was impressed with the two AB French guys, Antoine Bunn and Anthony Barreau as well. I thought they were both clean, both quick.
Yeah, Bunn definitely. I'm not sure if you followed last season too closely, Oscar. After you stopped racing, the midpoint or your attendance dropped off a little bit. But the Impact Blue guys, they do a really good job right through the end of the season. Really good, strong results. Really getting all the points. A few podiums. Like I said, a 1-2 at the last race in Macau, when it all kind of went right for them. So, one to watch for the future.
Yeah.
Same with the Dallara Alnak guys. They kind of joined last season, a couple of seasons ago, and they've improved massively to be fighting up there. In that top 10, in that big group. It sounds bad, like in the top 10, but it's so competitive here. The amount of names, the amount of guys that have won races, won championships here, and in other sim racing leagues. Like Oscar yourself. You competed in quite a few, say, professional esports, and did very strongly yourself. Yet when you race here, no offense, you don't win everything. So I think it's a testament to the grid.
Super strong grid. I mean, Steve Stevenson, Cody Lawrence, Jack Smith, Jack Olivier. These guys are rapid, and I don't think there's many faster guys in Assetto Corsa, full stop, to be honest with you. And Barbieri as well, Yap, top drivers. So
yeah, I mean, if you want a perspective of Yap, go on OSR, not OSRW, what is it, RSR, the world record times, and
He has every single record.
yeah, he's definitely a fan of this car. So yeah, and as I've said a few times, if you want to get involved, join the Discord server. We would love to have you here, and it is a pleasure to bring you this, to be able to stream this and show this to everyone. Thank you, Angel and Oscar, for joining me today. You've made it much more exciting as it would have been if I was on my own. Yeah, that's all from me.
Pleasure. Cody's waiting for an interview, by the way. If you want to bring
Cody
him in.
is waiting for an interview.
he's in for me.
I can't quite remember what happened to Cody, but we'll bring him in anyway.
I know he had a solid race 1, solid race 2. I think it was P2 race 1. Is that right, Cody?
Yes, sir.
Well done, man. How was
Well, want a little bit more. Jack Olivier, he had the measure of everyone, including myself. So, well done to him. Sweet both races.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
I didn't have anything for him. So
Give us a little insight into the tyres. What was the difference between the practice server and this race? Because it was 2 seconds difference. What was the difference?
right. So best way to describe it would be I basically had to run a completely different set of pressures. So if we were running it normally, I would have run 16 front, 14 rear PSI pressures. Here, for whatever reason, we had to add like 3 or 4 PSI just to get the tire into the working window. I'm not sure everyone had, how do you say, not everyone had taken that lead. I presume most people did. They figured out, oh wait, we're way out of our working range. As to why it exactly happened, that's a mystery. It's a mystery in truth. But yeah, I mean, the car's handling didn't change as much as you might think. It was just overall a little bit slower. In terms of the tire, yeah, with the pressures, but like I said, yeah, like it was the same for everyone, right? So that's how it played out. And like I said, Jack got the measure of everyone, and then Jack Smith got Pippe in race 2. Myself and Dave Southward had a good fight. He fought as hard as he could to hang on to his position, as is his right, and I might have been a little clumsy with the move I tried to make into turn 4, which is my fault in the end. I just wanted to see if I could get the move done on Dave, and like I said, he defended well. So yeah, I mean, for race 2 at least, and then race 1, Jack Olivier just had to measure me. I think that's the best way to summarize it, right?
Yeah, still good job by you, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for racing, Cody. It was a good job. Thanks for sticking around after the server issues we had resulted in the slightly later start as well. And yeah, hope to see you at the next round where we are racing at Interlagos, which will be new for the F3 car. So you've raced there in the Premier Series, so it'll be good to see how you transition into the F3 car around there.
Right, as long as I'm not facing backwards at turn 1, like in the Premier Series race, I'll be okay with that. But we'll see. I'll race when time allows. Just been super busy recently, so we'll see how the time shakes out. I'd like to race. I enjoy racing here. I enjoy racing with the folks here. So if I can make it, I'll try to make it. Simple as.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Cheers, bud.
So we have Maxi waiting for interview now as well, I think, unless he just wanted to chat, but we'll drag him in, see if he has anything to say.
I think Maxi had an incident in race 2 with the app. I don't think we saw it.
Yes, it was the incident where the DAC car collided with them. Hello, Maxi.
Hello.
Tough race 2 there.
Yeah, first of all, I want to apologize for the shoddy organizing. Like, the race has been delayed by almost an hour because of some unexpected issues. We'll try to fix that for future races. We will look into it tonight and see if the results of this race actually stand, because a lot of people couldn't attend, obviously. And, you know, it was a little bit of a mess with temperatures as well. I don't know if you guys knew during the stream, but for some reason the tire behavior changed massively. We increased 4 or 5 psi for the tires, for the pressures, in order for them to stay
with the 2 seconds lower lap times. And then I think Cody's just given us a brief rundown saying the PSI needs to be up quite a bit.
Yeah. So you know, that was an issue. So we're at the moment, I guess we're considering voiding, sadly, the race, because you know, a lot of people missed it for no fault of their own, and you know, this tire issue as well was unexpected and not really fair to the drivers.
I mean, I'd only counter that with it's the same for everyone.
Yeah.
And, it's adaptability. I think it's cool when you go in blind to something and see how you go.
Yeah,
But,
it's like a rain race or something, you know. But at the same time, I think it's more the issue that 5 or 6 people couldn't race, and
yeah, it's not good.
and maybe they would have scored points, maybe they would have, you know, etc. But we'll consider that after everything finishes. About the races, my race, race 1 went terrible. I got well, I don't know if I got taken out, but I got involved in an incident second lap. I was last, and then I was trying to overtake people, and somebody completely barged me off the track, and I was last again, and then made my way back up to P13 in the end, I think, something like that, and that's where I started second race. I was slowly making my way up. I had a brilliant battle with Jack, who was the DAC car, the yellow one that I saw on stream. You didn't recognize. It was Jack Smith.
We definitely recognize that.
Yeah, really? Okay, never
I
mind.
did.
You called it the DAC car on stream all the time, so.
It was Smith.
We couldn't really trust the liveries and the timing.
Yeah, he was in Southwood's car. He was in Dave's car.
We couldn't see who was where.
And then later in the race, I was 2 cars ahead. It was like a JGP liveried one and a white one.
It was Antoine Bonne and Stevenson, I believe.
No, it was someone else.
Okay.
But they had a bad. They were battling each other. Had a bad exit from turn 1. I was like, okay, I'll get them both, and I went for it.
Max,
And
what's the thing now, 'cause it's showing what happened to you.
yeah, and yeah, basically was car was on the inside, and yeah, just turns left there. I don't know why. Old age impairs vision, and yeah, just ruined my race, and I was really angry about it. I couldn't even drive properly anymore. I was sort of trundling around slowly, and then yeah, DNF'd in the end because it was really difficult to get from P13 all the way up to P4. I think it was at that point. It would have been if I made it work. And oh yeah, there we go. Well, never mind. Yeah, so it is what it is. It was still fun to overtake, especially with Jack. I don't know if it got caught on stream.
Yeah,
It was brilliant. I bumped into him by accident at one point. Yeah, but I guess it didn't affect his race too much. What happened to him after this?
He gave you
Let's
a little
see.
shove, but oh no, he didn't actually. It
No,
looked like he gave you a
didn't
shove on
touch
our
me. It
stream,
was
but yeah.
It was only one car that touched me. Yeah, so he was fine. That's good.
Yeah, it's one of those things that happens, unfortunately.
Yeah, happens very often.
No comment. I'm not sure if you were involved in it, Maxi, but we're just watching on the replays now. I'm trying to think who it was. I think it was
What a train.
Johan. Oh, here we go.
No, I was behind. I was behind here. I was. It was a very Valentino Rossi moment. If anyone watches MotoGP, I think he tries to go in between the cars and then murders. I guess that's Martin.
It was Stevenson.
Or Stevenson. Stevenson.
He did a good recovery.
Yeah, he was behind us.
And there we go. We can get the onboard of Stevenson here, minding his own business,
Just
on the
driving around.
inside, and then
Hey-yo!
bang.
Sorry.
There he goes.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, that's really unlucky. That's even worse because you're just driving.
Yeah.
There was a lot of incidents, I think, during these 2 races, especially race 1. I feel like, but obviously this, I guess he missed his braking point and he tries to sort of aim for the gap in between the cars, but that's very difficult to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could have gone left, but I think it was too late by the time. You know, there was a car
think,
on the
yeah,
left.
the
People are
decision
using
making.
the curb, so
Why did he lose it though? It's on the
just broke
grass.
too
Or
late.
just... I mean, it's not.
Whee!
He just doesn't brake. The 100 meter board, you can brake past the 100 meter, 80. 80 meters, you can make it. I don't understand. He's on the brakes, but
I think as soon as you turn, he's just like, oh no.
Yeah, I don't know whether.
way. It looks almost like he's aiming for it.
Yeah.
Maybe like cold tires.
Who knows? Who knows?
See, Yap who was running alongside him. Yeah, it was. I wonder what this looked like from Yap's on board.
Oh, but scary.
Bang.
Whoop. Hey, well
Very
avoided.
lucky. Yeah.
He just goes off a bit to not get hit.
Yeah, very lucky for Wagenbord there. Yeah, as you say, Maxi, it was a little bit of a disappointing race for you, because you did show good pace, so well done with that.
Thank you.
And again, thanks for organising everything for the season. Obviously, today didn't go off as faultlessly as we wanted, but you know, we got a race there. It was good to watch for the guys on the stream here, and
Yep.
Very
I
fun
hope
race
you had
to
fun
watch.
at least. Well, what fun you could have got from that after getting hit around a little bit, but
It
you
was
know,
fun. It was
good
fun.
driving.
No,
Good
no,
driving.
but thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think we will end the stream there. So thank you everybody for
When's the next race? It's
watching.
on the 8th, I think, of next month.
yes. No, it's on the 4th. Sorry, it's the 4th at
Fourth,
Interlagos.
Again, American. I'm reading the calendar and I read it the other way around.
Yeah, so just a little bit for people following. So last season we ran literally every race was weekly. This season it's a bit more varied. We have a few double headers, a few with you know, some weeks separating them, just to give a bit more relaxation for the admins and you know, to space things out a little bit. We do have the Le Mans series, or the Lemon series, sorry.
Lemon series, yes.
Here in
Endurance
Spawn with the
races,
Trout as well.
Spa.
Yeah, so if you want to get involved in those, again, join the Discord server. You can have a look at the chat for that. That's featuring, you know, hypercar style, you know, LMP1 style cars, and GT3s as well, stock Kunos GT3s. So that should be good. But otherwise, yeah, I think that will end the stream for tonight. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, you three now who are in the chat. And,
Adios, amigos.
yeah, we will see you at Interlagos
See you.
on the 4th of August.
Or
Have a good